Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the nurseMARK and the Green Nurse. She's here somewhere. I know she is. The nurseMARK and the Green Nurse daily dose of AFA. And if you don't remember, AFA means you're absolutely fucking amazing. And guess what? You are absolutely amazing exactly as you are. You don't have to get any better. You don't have to be any different. You are amazing at your core. So I'm here to remind you, and I wrote a book about it. It's actually called Absolutely Fucking Amazing Living a Life You Love. I'm here to remind you that today is the day that you can let all of the other bullshit go and you can live absolutely amazing. So, welcome to Monday. You might feel like something's missing here. And yeah, Nurse Sherry is not here today. She's not here this week because, oh my gosh, she's taking a vacation, a much deserved, a much earned vacation. And so we're hoping that she is having just absolutely a blast today and the rest of the week. So I'm I'm the host. Oh, I'm in the seat of power. This is so much fun. So this week we're going to do a few different things. Good morning. Good morning. How's it going? So we're going to do a few different things this week. I'm going to have some special guests on over the course of the week and have those all lined up. Some really cool people. We'll have some great conversations. And, today is Motivational Monday. So we're going to do some motivational stuff. And we're going to talk about some really cool things. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the first thing I'm going to do is plug in my light here because it'll look a little bit better if I just lighten it up a little bit. Ooh, maybe. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to start off with a little bit of daily love. And today's actually is about, hey, Deanna, welcome aboard. So today's is about that, just that. It's about love. And boy, oh boy, whew, it's a good one. Hold on now. All right, this is entitled Love. So here we go. This is the daily love today. I generously share the love in my heart. I am connected with the dear ones in my life by invisible threads of love. Whether my loved ones are near or far away, just thinking about them fills me with an uplifting feeling of spiritual well being in union and strengthens our connection, no matter how many miles separate us. As I concentrate on the love within me, I feel deep fulfillment that inspires me to share my love with a generous heart. Love is the energizing force behind all prayer, service, and kindness. I place my whole heart into my prayers, into the help I offer, and into my kind words and deeds. They go forth to do a mighty work. With assurance and grace, I am inspired by God to be love's perfect instrument. Ha! Oh, I love, love, love that. So good. And so, if you don't know, so part of my story is that in 2014, morning, Brian, morning, morning. In 2014, I made a bold declaration to the world that I was going to be love in every interaction that I had. And I would tell everybody that I came in contact with. I mean, people that I just met on the street, I'd say, yeah, I'm love. They'd say, yeah, who are you? I'd be, I'm love in action. And it freaks people out. I got to tell you that. But here's the thing. When I was able to do that, and I have been able to do that from time to time over the course of the last 7 years. And, here's the thing when I'm love in an interaction with somebody else, it is an amazing interaction. It doesn't matter what the context of it is. It could be with a waiter or a waitress. It could be with one of my family members. It could be with my wife. But when I'm love in action, it is a remarkably fulfilling and different experience. Now, I'm human and I dip out of that and I become very much not love in action. And you know how I can tell when I'm not being love in action? It's really simple. And this is a great tip that you can use because I think it's true for all of us. And here it is. When I hear in my head, what's in it for me? I'm not being love in action. No, not at all, because it's about what's in it for me. from some fear-based thing, whatever the case may be. However I get there in my humanness, that's my indicator. So I can turn that around and say, how can I best serve? And so today, that's what I'm doing. How can I best serve humanity, others around me? How can I best serve Carrie Lee? Carrie Lee, how can I serve you? Good morning. Marissa, what's happening? How's everything? How's everybody doing on this Monday, August 2nd? Holy shit, it's August already. I just can't believe that this time is flying by. I'm going to be married a year in August. Woo! Oh my gosh. Nurse Sherry, she's up and alive. Hey, hey, good morning. Hey, Tiffany. So glad you all could be here. As I started off a little earlier, this is a week where Nurse Sherry gets to take off and hang out and have fun and enjoy life without having any stress or pressure about work, the green nurse, or whatever. And I'm so happy that she's just dropping in this morning. Love you, Nurse Sherry. I hope you're having just an amazing time and that it just gets better every moment. So, like I said earlier, when I first started the show this morning, it's going to be a little different this week. We're going to do a few different things, and I'm going to have some special guests. I've lined up some special guests for to join me every morning. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So, here we go. Today, we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. And on this Motivational Monday, we're going to talk about meditation and all of the amazing things that meditation can do for us. Oh, and I'll wrap in cannabis at the end because cannabis is super helpful for meditation. So here we go. And I'll start off and I'll tell you, you know what? My meditation journey started back in 1998, and it was part of a de-stress situation, right? I was in the midst of a banking issue with my business, and I was under a lot of pressure. And my therapist at the time said, "Hey, dude, you got to go de-stress." And he recommended a place called Kripalu. And if you have not been to Kripalu in the western part of Massachusetts in the Berkshire Mountains, it is one of the most magnificent, transformative places that you'll ever go. They have so many different programs, and most of it is based on yoga. They were a yoga ashram for a long while. And so meditation is, of course, very much part of that. Anyway, meditation started to make a huge difference in my life, and I became super interested in it. And so I've been, over the course of that time, incorporating meditation slowly into my life. And sometimes I'm really diligent about it, and other times I let it go and I see the difference. But we're going to get into the real nitty-gritty evidence here now, right? So over 10% of the population of the US uses some form of meditation. And as I said, I began my journey with meditation way back when as a de-stress, but I've also participated as a study participant in meditation in regulating mood disorder and depression because I have those things. And so this became a very big part of my life because I participated in these studies at Harvard and Mass General and really found out how beneficial it is for people who struggle with those particular things. And so, what are some of the benefits of meditation? And there are a lot. So, let's talk about they improve these things: enhanced emotional self regulation. Shit. If I can get just a little bit of that, I'm a happy, happy guy. It helps improve your attention. You can pay attention to tasks and things in your life. It increases self-compassion. And oh my gosh, that is, if you read my book, it's all about self-love, right? You got to love yourself first in order to give it to the world. And then it also improves your immune system. Now, this isn't just guesswork. They have studied meditation for a long, long while. So it also decreases some things, some negative things like rumination. I don't know if any of you, I mean, this is really common with entrepreneurs to wake up in the middle of the night and just be ruminating about things that are going on in your life, right? You wake up and you're immediately thinking, spinning about all these things, right? So, rumination, meditation decreases that. How awesome is that? It decreases emotional reactivity, and we'll get into how it does that. It gets rid of mind wandering. It decreases your blood pressure, decreases cortisol levels, which is huge, and it decreases inflammation. Jesus, it sounds like meditation and cannabis are like the same thing, right? Oh, yeah. Now, they did a study on meditation and exercise in the workplace, and they found that its effect on sick days was that there was a marked decrease in sick days taken for those who meditated. Which, my gosh, for a business owner, this is huge, right? Happy, healthy people are going to show up for work. So, what parts of the brain are we talking about that are positively affected? First of all, the almighty prefrontal cortex, right? The place where we generate reality. It's what we do our intellectual thinking with, our prefrontal cortex. It's where attention is. It's where memory formation begins, right? So your prefrontal cortex is positively affected. Your limbic system, right? Your limbic system is where your emotions reside, where your emotional regularity. Um, Denise, is that you? You started a 21-day meditation challenge? Yeah, baby. I did my meditation this morning. Um, it, Folks, there are a lot of meditation apps out there, a lot of meditation. Green Nurse, Green Nurse, hey, hey. So you can jump on and start these challenges, and it's amazing. You'll be part of a group of people doing it. Super, super good. So back to the brain. It affects the limbic system, which is where your emotional regulation resides, right? And then it works on your cortical thickness. So let's talk about this. In the prefrontal cortex, there are studies that have shown that it increases your attention and your memory recall. So not only do you pay attention to stuff, you'll actually remember it at the end, right? So super important. The limbic system, all right, it decreases the size of the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is a small almond shaped structure in your brain. And that's where the fight or flight or freeze mechanism resides, right? That's part of it's like the epicenter of where that is. So when you have PTSD, it's definitely involved with the amygdala, and trauma and emotion. It's all in the amygdala response. And so when your amygdala gets stimulated, you will either fight or you'll run or you'll freeze, right? It's a mechanism that's been in place forever to keep us alive as animals. But the problem is when you have trauma, you get that area of the brain gets overstimulated all the time. And so you're always in this fight or flight mode, and your sympathetic nervous system is fired up, and you have that cortisol release, and all of these negative things continue to happen, right? I mean, it's important to have that structure in your brain. And when it's working correctly, it's wonderful because it does keep you safe. But when it's in this other area of dysfunction, it's really, really hard to regulate your emotion and perceive situations as they really are. So, meditation actually helps to decrease the amygdala response. It actually decreases the size of the amygdala. They've done functional MRI studies with people, and they found that after 8 weeks, the size of the amygdala decreases. So imagine that. It decreases that response center that can get overstimulated. Now, for people, again, who suffer from mood dysregulation and PTSD and trauma, this is huge. And I know what you're saying to yourself. I can't meditate. My mind just races. I really can't sit. Guess what? That's everybody. Even the most practiced guru who's doing meditation still has that phenomenon of what they call the monkey mind. It's just how we're wired as human beings. So what I'm saying is you can absolutely meditate. You can. If I can, holy cow, you can. And that was what I tried to convey in the book. was that if I can do it, you can do it, because my mind races just as much as anybody else's in the world. And meditation, again, is a practice. So you can practice. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here is cortical thickness. So the thickness of your cerebral cortex, all right, it's aligned with intelligence. And so meditation increases the thickness of your cerebral cortex in key regulatory areas for emotion and perception. And oh my God, this is a big one for me, right? Is it slows age-related thinning of the frontal cortex. So simply by practicing meditation, by adding this to your repertoire, you can positively affect your brain and slow down the aging process, have more attention, have less impulsive reactivity. Oh, I'm telling you. So why don't we just do it every day? Why don't I do it every day? I know the benefits. I've studied this. I've been, part of many trainings on meditation. So why don't I just do it every day automatically? Because I'm human and I get distracted with other things, and I'm not disciplined at times. But here's the beauty. I can forgive myself for that and step back into it. Today, I did a wonderful meditation and self compassion. It was amazing, and really a very wonderful guided meditation. And I would challenge you to a 5-day meditation, not even a 21-day challenge, a 5-day challenge. Just every day for the next 5 days, find some quiet spot to go to and just sit there for 5 minutes. Just asking you for 5 minutes out of I think it's 1,441 minutes you have every day. I'm just asking you for 5. So take 5 minutes every day and just sit somewhere quiet. Now, if you have young kids, that somewhere quiet may be locking yourself in the automobile in the driveway for 5 minutes, but just take 5 and just sit for a minute, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and just notice even what's going on around you. Just listen to the sounds. That's all, just for 5 minutes. Later on, we'll get into some other stuff, but that's good to begin with. Now, wrapping cannabis back into this whole thing, right? So what does cannabis have to do with meditation? Let me tell you, cannabis can enhance meditation significantly. Significantly. A lot of people utilize cannabis because they want to be able to focus their attention better, and it works really well for them. And so, with meditation, a little bit of cannabis can help you just decrease that chatter that's going on in your brain. And cannabis definitely has a positive effect on the amygdala, right? That response center. So we know that cannabis can be very effective for PTSD, for anxiety, for that area of the brain where you have that stimulation that causes all of that hormone release. Cannabis can quell that. So adding that to meditation, oh my gosh, only enhances the whole experience. It really does. It allows you to just settle down and then expand into that whole meditation. So today, you can take 5 minutes after we're done here. You can take 5 minutes later on. That's the beauty of meditation. You can literally do it anywhere you are. You don't have to have any special setup. You can take 5 if you're on your job and you get a 5-minute break and you can go outside, sit outside. The weather seems to be pretty good today. If you sit outside and close your eyes for 5 minutes, I know you're going to feel like people are thinking you're nuts, but trust me, you're way ahead of the game, and you can help them. You can help lead them into a 5-minute moment of bliss. Just give yourself that 5 minutes. You're worth it, damn it. You are worth it. Yes, green nurse, just do it. You're worth it. And I'm telling you, the scientific evidence is there. All of those things that I spoke of, that's not, well, what do we call it? We call it woo-woo. That's not woo-woo, although we love woo-woo. This is evidence-based scientific stuff that cannot be refuted. Amazing, right? So, meditation, add it into your day. Whew, yes, Nicole, walking meditation is awesome. So for me too, you say while doing the dishes, man, like doing the dishes is a meditative moment for me because I'm there and I'm rubbing the dishes and I'm cleaning and washing and I'm not thinking about anything else. That's what I'm doing. And guess what? It brings me back to my grandmother's kitchen when they didn't have a dishwasher and we did the dishes after every meal. And it was a moment of bonding for the whole family. I'll wash, you dry, somebody else puts them away. It's beautiful. It really is. So, oh, yeah, CBD, Delta 8, a microdose of THC really does help you just drop into that meditative state. Great, great shares today, folks. Thanks so much for that. So, meditate, cannabis, boom, boom. It's an overall healthier you. And remember, we talked about right at the beginning today, we talked about love. The daily love was about love. Imagine that. Love of self and love of others. And remember that tip I gave you. Well, I know when I'm not coming from a place of love, the minute I'm saying, what's in it for me? Doesn't matter what the context is, but as soon as I say, what's in it for me? I'm not coming from love. So I'm going to say, how can I best serve you today? That's coming from love. And that's what I'm about today. You know what? I know you are too, or you wouldn't be listening to this show this morning. I know that about you. I'm grateful for all of you that are here. And let me tell you, we're going to have some special guests on this week, and I will announce them as we go along. And so I have a great guest coming on, Marion McNabb, on Wednesday night on the podcast at 8. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Hey, Laura. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., bright and early, here on the nurseMARK and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA. Remember, go out and love everybody today, okay? You can do it. It's Monday, August 2nd, 2021. Not going to get another one. Great day to go out and love everybody. Just let it go and love. All right. Love you.